Hey guys, what's going on? It's Meshi with Path to Wellness with Meshi. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. So today we're going to be talking about my top 5 health and beauty tools that are totally worth the hype, and I'll give you my top 5 that didn't quite make the cut. So I wanted to create this video so that by the end, it will give you some guidance of where you can actually invest your money, especially as the holidays are fastly approaching, so that you kind of know what's worth it and what isn't. Some of these things I've had for quite a while, so we will just kind of go through and I'll give you my thoughts on why it was not worth it for me personally. It's not a personal attack on any of the brands, so there's your happy disclaimer here today. But if you wanted to check out my top 5 health tools and beauty products that are totally worth it and some that are totally not worth your money, then just stay tuned and let's get started with the video. Okay, so I wanted to create this video because this has been on my mind for quite some time, and especially now that we're approaching the holiday season, I thought that this would be a perfect time to really just have a conversation about this. First, let's get started with the things that are totally worth your money, totally make a big difference in your health, and they actually help you and they're worth every penny, at least in my opinion. So you can take that with a grain of salt. You have heard me talk about this a few times. I have created like a separate video about this in the past. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, then I will just leave the link probably in the cards and also in the description as well. But my first tool that I absolutely love is a dry brush. So a lot of you have asked me what a dry brush is, and this is what it looks like. It kind of just looks like an elephant's toothbrush. There's no elephant involved, so don't worry. But basically the bristles can be kind of rough, so it depends on what kind you're getting. Mine is about a medium density, and basically it just looks like a normal brush with like a long handle attached to it. But what the magical part is actually what you do with it. So some of you might be familiar with dry brushing, where basically you use the dry brush so that you exfoliate your skin and then your skin is silky smooth. But the reason why I personally love this, and it should be part of everyone's regular beauty routine, everyone's health routine at least once a week, if not at least 2 to 3 times a week. The reason why I love this is because it also moves lymph fluid. So your lymphatic system is absolutely attached to your immunity. So when you're looking at how to boost your immunity and how to be able to recover from workouts and swelling and things like that much faster, then something as low investment as a dry brush can be your absolute best friend. And the reason why I say that is because you have lymph channels all throughout, and you have lymph terminals that run throughout the major areas of your body, like where you have major veins and arteries that are running. I will just insert like a little diagram here that will show the major channels and also which direction the brushing should be going into. But ultimately the whole idea behind this is, yes, it does remove dead skin cells, and it's great for that. It's a very stimulating, it has a very stimulating effect because you are sort of just moving fluid, but you're also stimulating your lymph nodes, which is excellent for your health. So that's one of the main reasons why I love it. And any healthcare practitioner that finds out that you're using this will be giving you a high five, whether it's virtual or otherwise. If they're not, I'm giving you a high five. Here you go. Next up, I wanted to talk to you about, and you heard me talk about this before. If you haven't, I will leave the link to that video as well. This is from Chagrin and Valley Soap and Salve Company. This is their whipped hair balm. I do have it on my hair today. As you can tell, it's nice and beautifully smoothed out. But like now I'm like basically running relatively low, so I am waiting to restock this. This is their hair balm, which you can use as a conditioner, as a deep conditioner if you choose to. It's basically just whipped cocoa butter, and I believe that they also add They have cocoa butter, babasu oil, and jojoba oil. So those are all excellent for your hair. There's no essential oils in there. And the reason why I love this is because a little bit goes a long way. So this guy will last you quite a while. When we're looking at packaging, it is in a glass container. And so you're not actually harming the environment, which is wonderful. The company itself makes excellent products in general. They are definitely very environmentally conscious, and they are looking at more non-toxic products that can help you. They have like a full line in both hair and skincare. So if you wanted to check them out, I will leave their link to their website down in the description so you can check them out. But highly recommend this product because it just tames flyaways. But also, as we're moving more into the colder months, you will probably find that especially like the ends of your hair will get quite dry, and having something like that on hand is totally worth your money, and you can save on not having to buy a crappy conditioner that is toxic and leaves a lot of residue behind. So there you go. Next up, I wanted to talk to you about, I love how all my containers are like really similar looking. Like I will show you like a little clip and you'll see what I'm talking about. The next product that I wanted to talk to you about that is totally worth every penny. And I mean, this little guy costs a pretty penny. So you might be looking at me like, you crazy woman, why are you recommending this to me right now? But I'm telling you, it's amazing. This is the Routine Natural Deodorant. They have about at least 20 different scents. As you can tell, like it's sort of like a cream formula. It's baking soda free, which is wonderful. This particular one smells like a bouquet of flowers. It's totally appropriate to use this on you and also on your husband. It'll smell very nice. They use natural, well, it has coconut oil, it has magnesium, kaolin, clay, which is one of the reasons why I absolutely love this. Tiny bit goes a long way. It doesn't leave that weird residue like a lot of the baking soda based natural deodorants are. And the thing is that keep in mind, like, where are we putting this? You are putting this in your armpit or wherever you're actually sweating quite a bit. Those are major channels where your lymph nodes, where lymph terminals are, and also where a lot of lymph nodes are located. And that's sort of where, like, think of it like a subway channel. So like you have to kind of be a little bit more mindful of what you're putting at the major areas in your body where there's a lot of fluid movement. So because you might want to be conscious of, you know, what are we actually putting into the bloodstream. So this one from Routine, it cost me quite a bit. Like it was like $30, which I know most of you will take a moment to gasp here. I did not regret this purchase one bit because I said that I like the fact that in the store, if you go into the store, you can actually try it out. I'm pretty sure that if I did some hunting around, I could probably find it a lot cheaper. But honestly, there are just days when I cannot be bothered with online shopping. And the irony is that today is Cyber Monday. Go figure. So highly recommend this if you want a natural deodorant that actually stands up to the claim. Then I would highly recommend this. Again, packaging wise, I believe the top is plastic, unfortunately, but you also get like a really beautiful, like very heavy, sturdy glass container, so you can reuse this, which is wonderful. Next up, and we're moving along here to like my last couple of items that I'm absolutely loving that are totally worth every penny. This guy. Like, see how all my packaging is the same? Anyways, I don't know why that's amusing to me. It just is. How about we just don't question that? This is toothpaste. And as you can tell, it's black. It kind of looks like a face mask. It's not a face mask. You actually brush your teeth with this. Fair warning, it can get quite messy. This is the Nelson Naturals Activated Charcoal Toothpaste. If you want, like, this is one of the most powerful whitening toothpaste that I've ever tried. Again, worth every penny. If you're looking at a natural toothpaste to try that does not have, so they are not, it's one of the most whitening toothpastes. Basically, you just end up brushing your teeth like any other normal toothpaste, but the big thing is that it has activated charcoal and colloidal silver, so it's a whole lot, and it also has sea salt in it. So fair warning, if you're used to that really extremely minty, like over flavored toothpaste, this will take a little bit of getting used to, but if you're after that bright white teeth, that whitening effect, then give this a shot, because it definitely works. I notice that every single time that I use this, I used it this morning, so you can tell that it definitely has a brightening effect. But if you're not used to sea salt, this kind of, it's not going to be one of those things where you will get that really like punch in the face minty effect, because it doesn't have a lot of mint in it. It still has peppermint oil in it, so that's good, but it's not as pungent, it's not as potent as like a Colgate. But I mean, Colgate has their own issues on their own, so we're not going to go there. So if you're looking for a natural toothpaste that delivers on what they claim, I would highly recommend this. Again, tin top, glass container. Take that as you will. But if you notice that a lot of the products that I am picking up are made out of glass. Last but not least, I don't know why we're sticking with oral care, but we just are, because I think that it's very important that you have a clean mouth and you don't leave it filthy. It's this guy. Now, if you're looking at this, this is not a head scratcher. This is not a self massager. This is a tongue scraper. So you have like two silicone little handles. You can actually pick these up on Amazon, or you can just go to your local health food store and you can pick them up there. But you have like this nice rounded, like little bouncy area. This is the part where you're going to be using it on your tongue, and you can just start scraping your tongue before you do really anything. If you're looking for complete oral care, this would definitely help you out quite a bit before, like if you're doing things like oil pulling, dry brushing, your tongue scraping, and then you move on to brushing your teeth. That would be sort of the order of things. But honestly, super inexpensive for what you get for your money, and if you're using it regularly, you will find that it's extremely beneficial, because you're helping along the first step where digestion truly begins. So keep in mind, like in your mouth, you have quite a bit of bacteria that ends up building up. So whenever you're able to remove a lot of that and just keep your mouth clean, and again, it's going to play into how strong your immunity is, and especially as we're moving into the colder months, and we're moving into the holiday season where you might be feeling more stressed, this would make an excellent stocking stuffer. I'm just saying. And now that I've showed you all the good news, it's time to get controversial. I think that now we have gotten to know each other well enough where we can just have a nice, realistic conversation about this without really chewing each other's heads off. I hope you feel me on this. Gonna get good. Okay, first thing that I wanted to talk to you about that was totally not worth my money, and at the time I thought that it was the greatest thing ever, is actually a diffuser. So I picked this up from Now. I picked this up from the health food store. Now keep in mind, I am a huge advocate of essential oils and diffusers, but not every diffuser is made the same. This particular one, it's so tiny, like you can kind of tell, like it's kind of dirty. It has a USB port, so that would technically make this extremely small and portable and super cute, and you can leave this in your kid's room. Unfortunately for me, the motor in this guy is so small that I would fill this up with water, I would put the essential oils in there, and it doesn't matter which oils I use, like which brand, made no difference. I just found that it would be running and running and running and running and running, and honestly, I could not tell, no matter how. I found this to be kind of, I don't want to call this a waste, because it's never a waste, it's just more like a learning experience, but I did not find that this has held up to the claim of actually being able to diffuse enough water into the air where you could kind of tell if you're diffusing or not. But then by that point, why are you diffusing? So I just found that some of the other diffusers that I have picked up, one from Saje and one from doTERRA, are just way more powerful. The motor is larger, which means that it actually delivers what I'm asking it to do. So if you see like these smaller diffusers, just maybe take a look at how big the motors are, and then that way you can kind of see if it's worth your money. Because sometimes, by the time you're buying a diffuser, you might want to buy one that, you know, like when you're diffusing your oils are expensive. So you want to make sure that you're able to smell it, because otherwise it kind of defeats the purpose. Next, I wanted to talk to you about two products that I've held on to for like the longest time, because I had this massive love affair with Tarte, where I used to think that their products are the most amazing things, and like a lot of their products are actually amazing. So I am not trashing the company, but the products that I have here, they really did not make much of a difference in my wellness routine and in my beauty routine for that matter. The first up, I have the Tarte Fresh Eyes. This is their Maracuja waterproof eye makeup remover wipes. Well, first of all, it's a tiny little package, so I believe that I picked this up in their winter collection, where they had, you know, like you get like a little wipe, and I think that it came with like a mascara and like a lippy, something along those lines. But you get 10 wipes. So first of all, if you're using something like this regularly, 10 wipes will go nowhere. Packaging wise, everything is plastic, so I'm already not a huge fan. And honestly, you're much better off by the time you're taking off waterproof mascara. You're actually a lot better off to just remove your eye makeup and use coconut oil so that you soften up the waterproof mascara, rather than just keep using wipes. I mean, you have options, ladies. How about that? 10 wipes for the amount of money that I paid for it. It was just really just a joke, and I actually don't end up using them. So I kind of feel like I tried it, but honestly, it just felt really slippery on my face. It could be just because of the maracuja oil. It wasn't doing it for me. It really wasn't. So staying with Tarte, another product that I have from them is their cheek stain. So this is in the color Natural Beauty. Is it? It just has numbers in the bottom. Super cute, like very, very nice color. Like, as you can tell, like it just kind of pulls out. I'll just do a little swatch so you can kind of see. It's very, very strong in color. The texture is weird. That's like very nice, right? Like super nice color, but every single time I would use it, again, it could just be because of, like, see how it's very nice, like like I love the color, but I don't find myself reaching for this very often, mainly because it leaves a weird, it's almost like a grainy texture. I don't know what their ingredients are, but see how it kind of stained my hand? Can you kind of tell? Anyway, haven't used it for a long time because honestly, I found alternatives that just work a million times better for me personally with my skin. So I kind of gravitate towards the one that I have from Ilia, and then of course RMS Beauty. They're just smooth. They work beautifully, and I have tried this on days when I would just go to the gym and I would just need a little bit of color on my cheeks, and it was either too intense or, which I mean, that's user, you know what I mean? Like that's a user error that has nothing to do with the product itself. But I find like the texture is just kind of strange. So I don't know if, let me know in the comments below if you have tried this guy, the Natural Beauty collection from Tarte. If you have found the same thing too, if you have found that the texture was just kind of weird. And also after a few hours of wear, it would just not look cute. It just, I don't know, it would just sort of start breaking down on my skin. So, or I would always feel like I need to set it. But by the time you're setting your cheek stains with another blush or another powder of something, to me, again, that sort of defeats the purpose. You know what I mean? So I don't know, I wasn't really feeling that. And I think another big dead giveaway for me with Tarte was just the fact that, and I will insert a screenshot of this so you can kind of take a look, but a few of their products are also not really making it on the clean side, so that was kind of disappointing. Next up, I have a little lippy. I bought this like last year. This is from Sugar, from Fresh. This is their Sugar collection. Again, like little lippy. They had like a full kit for like $20 at Sephora last year, where these are sort of lip balms, but then they kind of stain your lips. Very pretty colors. I was a huge fan until I put this into the database with Think Dirty, and I found how extremely toxic they are. And the disappointing part is that Fresh is actually one of the companies that are sort of like, that's sort of their claim, that it's like very fresh and natural ingredients. So just make sure that you do your research on what's in them so that you're not putting toxicity and toxic chemicals on your lips. And last but not least, I'm hoping that I'm not going to get too much hate from this, because ultimately I think that what matters here the most is actually the intention behind this. But I wanted to talk to you about doTERRA. And some of the products that I have from doTERRA, I do have like a huge box, as you can tell. So it's almost completely full, and I have more essential oils downstairs as well. I have a few of these little kits where, like, in here it's great, where you get like a roller bottle, you got like basically 2 empty roller bottles, and then they give you, I'm trying not to like completely drop this, but then you have like these little dropper things so that you can kind of make your own kit. I kind of went with the flow, and you know, the shopaholic side of me completely took over. And it also came with 2 essential oils so that you can kind of make your own blend, which sounded great at the time, but honestly, I never reached for this. And I haven't really made any gifts. Maybe I will be doing that for Christmas time, but in all fairness, with the oils that it came with, as soon as I started combining them, it wasn't jiving with me. So a few of the kits that I have bought from doTERRA have not been some of my favorites. Like, they do have this was Aspire, like they came up with, sometimes they have like these limited edition oils, and my only issue is honestly just the simple fact that you cannot test this. Like, there's nowhere for you to go and then just test it out and see if it's worth it. And by the time that you end up paying for shipping and everything, like here, I would just not use this very often. This is an oil blend that has, what do you have in there? This was clearly around the time when I was buying essential oils mindlessly, thinking that I needed everything. And I'm sure that some of you that have essential oils in your life, you have felt the same as well. This has lime, cardamom, hisophus, I don't know what that is, Juniperius Virginia wood oil, again, all right, and camellia, and Matricaria oil. Perfect. I have no idea about half of those, of what they are, so I can research a little bit and then just give you, like, you know, their information sheet. But they have this one, and I have another one that it's called One. And it took me a little while to even start getting used to that, but in all fairness, I should have just looked at the ingredients here, that it has chamomile, and chamomile is one of those things that just kind of lingers. And unless you're a big chamomile fan, it's sort of like, oh, why did I do that? So I can kind of foresee myself just gifting this. I don't think that it's a waste of money, but unless you're super clear, which I personally wasn't, so again, it's user error. Unless you're super clear of why you're buying certain essential oils, I would just recommend sticking with the absolute basics that you need and be really clear. Again, it just goes back to intentionality of what it is that you really want. And so, like, I end up using things like lemon way more often than I do with some of these blends. But sometimes I buy these blends because I use them as a perfume. And I haven't reached for this for like the longest time, which kind of breaks my heart based on how much money I spent on it. So if you're thinking about picking up essential oils for this holiday season from doTERRA, I would honestly just stick with the basics, or just speak to the person that you're ordering it from to see if you can get a small sample. That would probably be your best bet, because once you smell it, you can kind of see if the person that you're buying an essential oil for is going to like it or not. Like, if you're finding that someone that you're buying for loves citrus, then maybe get a kit that has all citrus oils in it. Or if you're finding that, you know, the person that you're buying for has like sleeping issues, then maybe ask them to make you a blend that is specific for sleep, or just get a couple of oils that are specific for sleep. So I think it's just more about being more intentional about how you're purchasing, rather than, you know, I'm particularly talking about doTERRA here, but I mean, that kind of goes all across the board with all of the essential oil companies, to just be a little bit more mindful about how you're purchasing and what the intention is behind it, because not everybody needs everything. I'm just saying. Last but not least, I would hate myself if I never brought this up. This is probably number 6. I'm sorry. We are going over the number of allotted products. Last but not least, I have this little kit from Saje. Same idea. I have actually oils in there that I haven't even opened. This is their Eater's Digest. Super cute. First of all, let's just talk about this. With Saje, I had a massive love affair before I found doTERRA, and their oils are great. However, I don't find them as effective, and the Canadian company, you know, you can buy it retail, relatively inexpensive. Like, I believe this was maybe about $50, so you get quite a, I think you get like 5 products in there. So it's great. Packaging is cute. You can easily, you know, you can easily package this up and can be a stocking stuffer. My issue with this is honestly, it's just effectiveness. It's very simple. I used this while I was sick, and it took me literally just as long for me to get better as if I never used any essential oils at all. I used and abused. They have a blend called Immune, and then it's great because you just kind of roll it on. Personally, I didn't find them as effective as when I started using doTERRA essential oils. So again, it's a personal thing. It has to be one of those things where you feel comfortable with not only what you're purchasing, but what you're getting for your money. And if the main thing that you're looking for in essential oils is really just that it's effective, then, you know, you want to do your own research and just make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Like the things that you're going to be getting from places like Costco or Amazon, they are going to, the quality is going to be what it is. But in all fairness, when we're looking at different essential oil companies, as long as you're super clear on what you're looking for, I think that you're going to find a fit anyway. So I didn't really want to, I do think that Saje is an excellent company. I think that they have brought essential oils to the mainstream where they are in retail spaces. So I highly appreciate that. They do take the time to actually educate consumers so people kind of know what they're getting themselves into, which is, again, it's wonderful. So like I said, a lot of the things they're doing great. My only wish was that their oils, their blends, the blends that they create, they would give you a couple of things. They would give you more versatility so that you can create your own blends if you choose to. And I mean, they are known for their blends where it's like everything is already blended in and is diluted for you. So in a way, it's great. And in a way, I kind of wish that they gave you that freedom to kind of create your own. Packaging wise, their packaging is excellent. Like there's no plastic used here. Like this is stainless steel. And well, I mean, like there is a little bit of plastic because the roller is plastic. Anyway. So that was sort of like a wah wah moment for me, unfortunately, with Saje. I still kept it, and I think that this is going to be one of those things where I'm going to be regifting because you already spend the money and I already made the commitment to actually use it. So I'm either going to be using it up or I will be just gifting it because there's no sense in throwing it out. So quick reminder, you guys, if you're brand new here, then consider subscribing because it's an awesome place to be. And sometimes there are some bloopers that are involved in this channel. And then you're going to laugh your head off and wonder, why didn't you click on this video sooner? But more importantly, I wanted to thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I'm sorry it's a little bit longer than usual. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Here it's kind of dreary, so we're making the absolute best of it to just kind of give you some fun information and hopefully help you save a little bit of money. If you are brand new here, I post here every Tuesday. Big shout out to my camera for giving up on me emotionally a moment ago. So I wanted to thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. I had so much fun here. I hope that you have enjoyed it and you found it helpful, useful, and quick reminder, if you're brand new here, obviously, consider subscribing if you haven't already. I post here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday throughout the week, and I kind of dive into a few different topics like green beauty, eco living, mindfulness and meditation practices, and how to really manage your stress and anxiety in a more holistic way. We also do a little bit of bullet journaling, go into a little bit of art therapy. So because I go into a few different topics that you might find it sort of hard to figure out when I'm going to be releasing the type of video that you personally may be more interested in. So what I have came up with to sort of help you out and also be mindful of your time is I usually send out a weekly recap email every Sunday. So after all the videos are up and running, I usually send out an email that sort of gives you a full recap of what were some of the best takeaways from each of my videos. And I also give you the schedule for the upcoming week so you don't miss a beat. It is completely free and complimentary, so you can click the link down in the description and sign up for it if you choose to do so. Actual question of the day, let me know in the comments below any of the products that you have tried. If you have tried it, are you still loving them? Are you hating them? Are you as frustrated with some of them as I am? Let me know which one you have tried in the comments below. All the products that I have mentioned here, I will be linking it down in the description so you can check them out. Some might not actually be for sale anymore, so some were actually limited edition. I'm sorry. We'll forgive ourselves. It's going to be okay because we're going to be nice to our money for once. Self-love all the way. All right, I'll see you next time. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I cannot wait to catch you at my next one, and I'll see you soon. And just remember, keep seeking wellness seekers and keep shining your light because you are more powerful than you think. And see you again next time. Bye.
Hey guys, what's happening today? Oh, you can see my new background? Doesn't it look awesome? We're not going to talk about this today. We are here. Oof, much better. We're not here to talk about my background. Although if you notice, it looks awesome. But you know when you look at like makeup tutorial videos and they're like, if you wanted to achieve this look, it's quick and easy. Yeah, it took me like 45 minutes just to create this. So we're not going to discuss that, nor are we going to be discussing, you know, little brushes where you're doing the wing liner situation. We are here to talk to you. We are? I don't know. Hey guys, I swear to you, this light is ridiculously bright. Like, it looks like I'm shooting in the basement, in the dungeon. I'm not. Like, I have natural light, but it's so dark outside. So the artificial lights are just a little bit too crazy. Okay. It's not a favorites video. It's just cut. There you go, Campany. Campany. Question of the day for you. You're going to love this. This has nothing to do with today's video, but I just thought that this was so intriguing that I had to. I mean, girl, I had to go there. If you were to go and talk to the Easter Bunny, and he's trying to log into an email address that you set up, what would be the password and the username that you would select for the Easter Bunny? Comment below and let me know, and I will show you in the monthly favorites why I'm asking you this absurdly ridiculous question. But seriously, Easter Bunny, he needs to log in, you guys. I'm serious. He needs to log into his email. It's in your hands to figure out the username and the password to that email. Oh, and bonus points to anybody that will comment, and bonus points if you can justify why you chose the username that you have chosen. There you go.